Good evening. I'm Damillia, and I had an abortion. I'm from Chicago Abortions Fund. My Voice, My Choice Leadership Group.
And I'm Dashaya. I'm the Advocacy Services Coordinator at Chicago Abortion Fund, and I've had an abortion.
So our show starting today and going forward, we're going to introduce a birth control method in the beginning and some hot topic and current events. So today, in light of current events, we're talking about the new emergency contraceptive. So, as we know, the current emergency contraceptive that's out is Plan B. And any event that a woman has an unplanned, I'm sorry, not an unplanned, but their current contraceptive that they're on fails or they have unprotected sex, you can take Plan B as a preventive method for pregnancy up to 72 hours after that intercourse happens. So now with the current emergency contraceptive, it's called Ella. It just got approved Friday, August 13th. This one, same concept applies, but you can take this up to 5 days.
5 days.
You have 120 hours after you had intercourse, or 5 days to take this, and it's pretty effective. It came out in Europe last year, and now they bring it to the States at some point this year. It still isn't clear on when exactly it's going to come out, but it'll be coming soon, and we'll keep you abreast on that.
And you will need a prescription to get it. And this is just one of our few victories that we get that will help women having access to control when they decide to parent a child.
Okay. What you want to add?
Yes. So today, to piggyback on the new contraceptive, we want to talk about a very emotional issue today, and that's Black genocide. Black genocide is being used to target communities of color, with being a reason that women should not make the choice to have an abortion if they choose to terminate a pregnancy. And a lot of leaders, especially like in the South and Atlanta, and it's moving in northern states now, are using leaders like Alveda King and a lot of billboards to get this message across that is portraying that when women make a choice to have an abortion, that they are committing they're contributing to Black genocide. And just to clarify what Black genocide means, according to Google, it's the deliberate and systematic destruction in whole or in part of an ethnic, racial, religious, or national group. And abortion is clearly just the termination of a pregnancy. So, with saying that, Black genocide and abortion are actually totally different things by definition.
Entities.
They're two different entities, but they are using leaders in the Black and community to make this an issue by saying that when women choose to make a choice for themselves, they are committing to genocide, which is so totally untrue.
Right. So this what actually sparked this conversation today was a commercial that we saw on a popular channel, BET. So like Shay was mentioning, with the notion of Black genocide, we're trying to the way they're trying to relate it to the Black community is just ludicrous. So to paint a picture of the commercial that was displayed on BET, it was displayed Sunday during a commercial, Sunday the 21st, I believe, around 9 p.m. So it was a normal program on, then the commercial cuts, and then the commercial states, verbatim, I have it, the most dangerous place for an African American is in the womb. And that is because Planned Parenthood has more abortion facilities in African American neighborhoods than anywhere else. Abortions amongst African American women are 3 times that of the rest of the population, which means over 25% of the next generation is being wiped out as we speak. Want to learn more? Go to Planned Parenthood aborts AfricanAmericans.com. And so then they post this website, PPABORTSAA.com. So that was the message in the commercial. And so they show while the words are being displayed, it's like a silhouette of a African American pregnant woman. And so the narrator is like an African American male. He was older and he had this southern accent, and well, I guess you could say he kind of spoke in like an endearing, comforting tone of voice.
Right.
And so it outraged me because I immediately thought, is this really how you're trying to market black genocide in our black community? You display this ridiculous notion on black entertainment television. So that's what really sparked the conversation today. And that's what we're getting into, how they're marketing black genocide in our black communities.
And at Chicago Abortion Fund, we fund second trimester abortions. That is one part entity of our organization. And then the other entity is we do advocacy work. And so as an organization that supports, that is ran, and that has a lot of involvement with women of color, I mean, this is just outrageous. We have to take a stand against this because, for one, this is a commercial that's coming on a mainstream television station. BET is a national mainstream television station, and in a lot of states, their constituency or their viewers are younger women of color, young men of color. So this is being put into their heads, and as she said, the method that they are using to get across this message is the black silhouette, the older, something like comforting, fatherly, like southern tone. So this is really resonating with the people that they're getting this across to, and this is so untrue. Black genocide has nothing to do with the woman making a decision about her life, about her body, whether or not they want to parent a child. That is two totally different entities. There's nothing purposely, there's nothing violent, there's nothing anything. This is a personal, moral decision for a person that is pregnant. Right. And ultimately, when you parent a child, it's just not about carrying a pregnancy and giving birth. It's about being a parent. Emotionally, spiritually, financially, those are things you have to think about. And I just think it's really unfair and really outrageous that they are clouding young women young men and women that are very impressionable with images that you are committing some form of genocide, when there is clearly so many other forms of violence that is going on against young African Americans, young Latino men and women in different communities. And I just feel like if you're going to send messages, there's other messages that you can send that does not violate or try to take a choice away from a woman about a parental issue. This is clearly a way, again, to get a message to them like they should be ashamed of what they're doing if they decide to have an abortion. It makes them feel like they're contributing to something that is horrible, and actually you're making a decision for yourself. It's really self-liberating, but they're making it seem like, oh, you're committing genocide, so you shouldn't do this. But the end result is we live in times where people can barely afford to keep food on the table and a roof over their head. And the best thing that you can contribute to this time is a black genocide message.
Right, it's ridiculous. And like going along with that, going back to this commercial, what made it more, it's so many points as far as why the commercial was so wrong. It was so wrong on many levels. One being that, first off, Planned Parenthood does not have abortion clinics. Furthermore, yes, there are Planned Parenthoods in our black communities, but it's more so for economic reasons. Mm-hmm. Planned Parenthood is a family planning facility, which encompasses reproductive health. Abortion is one aspect of reproductive health. You can go to any Planned Parenthood and get birth control. You can get condoms
for free.
Exactly.